somebody asked me, who's your most favorite entrepreneur? Being in tech, people expect, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and whatever. But no, for me, no. You know who my favorite top guy is? George Lucas.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because the
Because he's
guy imagined
from nothing.
out of nothing,
Yeah.
and then he produced, highly technical, by the way, to the extent that he came back and did the prequels.
Right.
And then
Well,
he monetized the hell out of it.
you look at people like George Lucas, you look at writers like Gene Roddenberry, and
Oh,
some
yeah,
of
yeah.
the science that we have, 20, 30, 40 years later, they're still trying to figure out how did somebody like a Gene Roddenberry come up with like this technology, because it turns out it's like that's actually accurate before we could even suggest it was accurate through quantum
Well,
mechanics. And
my favorite was in Star Trek, Mr. Spock.
yeah,
Always carried this little thing with a little strap over
right,
his shoulder. This about this
the
big,
tricorder.
and it had a screen. And I
Yeah,
never forget. If you may remember the episode where Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock ends up in like 1950s, and then there is a woman who and Kirk falls in love or whatever, and Spock, and at the same time they are stranded. They don't have any resources. They can't
right.
be back or whatever. And Spock is doing research, and I never forget. He builds this whole thing, and then he's looking at newspapers in his device. And I looked at it, I thought, oh my God, this would be so cool. And look at that now. We got something even better. And everybody's carrying it, right?
Well, and think about, like, I always remember like the the pin communicators on the shirts, and they just tap
Oh,
it
yeah.
and they would talk to the Enterprise, whatever, right? But do you remember in the previous one, in the original Star Trek series, it was always the communicator that they flipped open.
Oh, yeah. And he
It
would
was a
like
flip
open.
phone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it was always like Kirk always had that his way of opening it, and then
Right. Yeah, it's
it
like,
was like flip phone.
yeah,
It was amazing. Well, Brian, as always, it's a great conversation. Good luck with DPM. I have no doubt it's going to be great success. Once it's launched, we want you back again so that you can tell us more openly,
that'd be
and
awesome.
we would be happy to learn. And it's
I look
fascinating.
forward to it. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
great. Thank you, Brian.